Welcome to Viewbug. No, just kidding. Welcome to Viewbug. I am Paul Hassel. I'm reporting to you from the Light Finds Gallery in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm also the CEO of a live photo and online membership community that is alive. We work with 40, almost 50 now, pros in the industry of outdoor photography specifically. A brief piece on myself. How do I say it quickly? I've been obsessed with light since I was 10 years old. I started my first business at 15. 16 years later, I am still doing everything pertaining to photography and light in particular. So this contest appeals to me. Let's jump into it. Capturing light and nature done right. We have the People's Choice Award right here. Pretty good, pretty good. No, it's great. It's an awesome photo. Let me change the screen. We'll leave it large. All right, so let's scroll through here. I want to talk you through the process. Like I said, that's the People's Choice Award right there. We're looking for 3 to 5. I'll probably have to award 5 because I got a big heart. But we're looking for 3 to 5 runners-up. Special awards. All right? This is the first thing that I do is I look at everything. Right? I just call it the 10,000-foot view. And you might think, gosh, Paul, you're moving so fast. How could you possibly? Well, that's the whole point. Things should grab you immediately. On the second pass, I'll tell you what's grabbing me. So first things first, in a contest, something needs to not just be technically perfect, because the 40 some odd images that we've pre-selected here are already perfect. They're awesome. All of these are awesome. You've placed, let's see, where there's hearts, I think. Yes, there we go. Oh, don't do that. Go back. Sorry, I'm not even logged in. Silly me. But there you go. There's the hearts. It says 259 people like this, 251 people like. So that you can do like kind of more of the people's choice thing, like what do people like, that kind of thing. Here's what I like to do. What is jumping out at me? So I'm going to go back to the top. I'm going to talk through what jumps out at me. This is the first pass. We're going to do 3 passes. So first one, this is a lot better done in Lightroom. My process in Lightroom, typically for my own work, if I take 1,000 images, slow down, Paul. Slow down. I'm trying to teach a lot in a very small amount of time. But if I take 1,000 images, I can, by the way, this is very fast talking for East Tennessee. I'm supposed to talk really slow like this, and nobody talks like anything but this. All right, let's get right back to it. First pass in Lightroom, I would go through my own work, and I would say, what grabs me? Real quick, I do a second pass. I go 10,000 feet. The second pass I'd call 5,000 feet. That's all A and B, 2 parts of the first pass. The final C part of the first pass, it's hard to explain. I should give you a chart on the screen. I actually star things. I star them with 3 stars, just my system. Second round, so that's the first kind of 3 parts of the first pass. Second round, what I would do is I go through in 4 stars on ones that with a little bit of editing, I can decide what's really awesome about them. Final third round, like you would think, we 5-star and say these are the ones I want to print. These are the ones that are going in the story for National Geographic, whatever it happens to be, right? Whatever your purpose is, you're working towards that. Today, our purpose that we're working towards is 3 to 5 images. And if I can just do 3, I'll just do 3. Make this thing cutthroat, right? But the first pass that we just did was the 10,000 foot. What I'm going to talk through now is the 5,000 foot, all within the first round of my system for, in this case, judging a contest. So the lighting is fabulous on this, but it's done in post. Now, that's not in the rules. There's no like, that's not allowed or anything like that. But for me, the phrase celebrating light and nature done right. Personal opinion. So here's a contest tip for you. Look who the judge is. So if you didn't, it would have been wise for you to Google my name or click on a link if there was one, to my website, either to a live photo, which I curate and CEO, or the Light Finds, which is my own brand, my own photography. See what they like, because you can't judge just objectively, right? There's always going to be some opinion thrown in there. So my style lines up with this People's Choice Award. The composition's awesome. It nails the category. Whether there's a person in it or not, I would lean towards not a person, to be honest, for this celebrating light and nature. But the word capturing light and nature, there's nothing that necessarily empirically says there needs to be a person. Nothing. So I'm not going to lean one way or the other about a person. But the done right part my opinion, is connotating something that doesn't have a lot done in post. It's done right. Now, you might say, oh, post is part of the process. I get it. Ansel Adams, 90% of his work happened in the darkroom. I get it. I'm fine with it. But my style is more of a purist. This is amazing, but the neutral density graduated filter in Lightroom was used very heavily on the sky. Now, that's not a problem. It's art. But for the sake of the contest, that takes this otherwise fabulous image, in which it also, I would say, let me zoom in on it a little bit. There we go. I would say in clarity, it was sort of declaritied in Lightroom, something like that. And that's what gives it this sort of soft brush sort of feeling. I suppose there's about 1 million ways to do things nowadays, so it's hard to say. I like this zoomed in, by the way. That's nice. So that'll be 2 zoomed in on the verticals. But this one will not go to the very top of the stack. It's not top 5, even though it's awesome. And sure enough, look, people liked it. 1,000 votes. So you're all throwing eggs at me now. Ah, tomatoes. Ah. Oh, and don't look at names in a contest. So Maharim, maybe. Sorry, I just looked at your name. But don't look at names until like later on in the third round. Don't look at titles even. Just what's grabbing you in an image. This is unique, and it's moonlight, right? So that's cool. It's unique. That's good. That's good. It's all right. This one we gotta downsize. There we go. This one's awesome. I mean, it's just straight up awesome. There's light in nature, and there's a road. That's fine. We can have a road, even though it's nature. Like, it's still nature. This is awesome. Love that. Love the person seeking out the light. And the photographer was saying, let's have this leading line moving from right to left and pointing generally to the person. This other line in the left side of the frame points right to the person. So the compositional elements there are amazing. Then you have the lines from the sky, top right, going towards the photographer. So your eye can look at this a long time. This one doesn't do much for me. It's a great portrait. It's unique. Their expression on the dog, even more than the person, is amazing. So it's very nice. But for the sake of the category, cool. Milky Way light. I dig it. I get it. I like it. These kinds of images with the rays of light, they're gonna win. I mean, they're just gonna win. That's a winner in this category. That's awesome. I just don't think it's in the right category. Celebrating light and nature. Yeah, I get it. Metaphorically, light and love and all this kind of thing. And that light right there is very nice. But there was a decent amount done in post, in my opinion. Maybe it's just a lot of nice intentional lens flare, kind of, and there's a little bit of vignetting maybe added or maybe naturally with some kind of older lens. Yeah, but I lean more towards this. Boom! Light and nature. Love it. I like this. There's just ones that are better. Very unique. Never seen anything quite like that. Let me look at the title. Mount Baker. I was wondering if that was Rainier. Very similar. So Mount Baker. And it's Perseids meteor shower. That's just cool. Compositional. The line is going zing. Almost. It's sort of slightly off, which photographer, you already know that. You were just dying for it to go right to the star, which is the moon, I assume. I assume that's the moon at f22. Creates the starburst effect. Very nice. Very nice. I'll consider that. Cool. But again, I think it's a little too heavy-handed on the editing. Like we went to just jet black over here. I would love to see a little more detail in here. I get it. Heavy vignetting points the eye towards those rays of light. But just a little oversaturated there. The blues right there are not a very natural blue. That's just the blue of the shadow in the mountains. And I know what that looks like, and it's just done a little bit too much. Just too much saturation. So that doesn't cancel you out. Just to hear quickly. Wow. Just to hear it quickly. It doesn't cancel you from the contest, anything like that. But it just doesn't put it, for me, in the very top of the stack. Good stuff. Heavy toning done in post. So there's sort of like where the white would be in the clouds. Like that was white. It's now brownish. That didn't do a lot for me. The angle and the motion on this horse, that one's pretty standard, is very, very cool. Dartmoor, I wish I knew where that was. I would have thought this was like an Icelandic pony. Maybe it is, Dartmoor. Who knows? Not going to research it right now. I'm just cranking out a contest and still going. That's awesome. Assuming it's a panoramic, it doesn't say, but I assume that's a stitch of multiple images. Technically, that's not simple. Way to go. Good job, because those lights move fast. That's probably a huge image. Let's click in on it real quick. Yeah, really dig it. Really, really dig it. Yeah, I totally should sign in. Sorry. Let's just keep going, though. I don't want to interrupt our recording here. Love that. I love the other one a little bit more. So when you have one Northern Lights against another Northern Lights, you got to win, right? This is gorgeous. I will see if other people... 556, what's a normal one? 8, okay, so you like that less. I like this more than... it could be in the top 5. it's normal in one sense, right? Just up, aim the camera up. But the autumn leaves. Got a case of the black lung pops. Excuse me. Yeah, what was I saying? It's normal in the composition, and yet it's well done. And the light is fabulous. So it's not those shards of light like these, which are classic, and they're going to win. I mean, they're just going to. But it's beautiful lighting, and I like that. I like this. I would have loved if where it was hitting the foreground was just totally epic. Like it's a sand dollar on an ocean, or it's a starfish, or it's a little rabbit. I mean, I know that's asking for a lot, but we're also we've already sorted these down from several thousand to 40 images, and you've got to go to the top of the stack there. So things like this, while gorgeous, Milky Way over Mount Hood, may or may not. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna peek real quick. 620. Okay, people liked it. It may or may not win. Let's keep moving. Okay, these that are in the Antelope Canyon region, unfortunately, are so stinking common nowadays. That does not make it less beautiful, but it makes it less kapow for the sake of winning a contest. All right? Once again, not counting it out by any means. Very cool. Hillary Younger. I love the light in the sky. Obviously, I love that little whirlpool right there. Wow, that's cool. And this piece of light right there is absolutely stunning. Love that. Very moody, very emotional. That could be in the top 5. Just again, once again, this is the 5,000 foot view. I'm trying to go kind of quick to show you. This doesn't take all day to judge. Nope, that one doesn't do much for me. I get what you're trying to go for, but most of that in post was just... It kind of has the Instagram look, kind of the millennial Instagram look, where you do a lot of filter action, and yeah, I like it pure. I like it done right, which is interpreted by yours truly. So sorry if done right means lots of cool filter stuff. I get it. I guess they're wildebeest. They're cool, but they're not doing anything really. They're just eating, and that's his butt. So though it's nice light, and that is the point of the contest, we need that extra something more than him looking around or scratching his bum right there. We need them like running, kicking up some dust and catching even more light. Speaking of dust, that might just be fog, but it also could be dust kicked up from the road. If that's gravel, possibly. But it's probably, yeah, it looks like it continues on into here. Very nice. It's not going to be a winner though. Once again, very nice. It's a shame that can be a common sight these days. Good night. But it's just, that's not going to be in the top 5. I like this a lot. It's very simple. Definitely fits the category. That's awesome. Looks like he's putting out a forest fire. Pretty cool. And that's very nice. That's very nice. Let me click on it. And if I go to the right, do I go to the next one in the contest? No, go to their next one. Sorry. Burk. Let's go back. The light's awesome. Might have been a little heavy-handed right in here, but there was naturally gorgeous light that day, and you've done a great job in the shadows of pulling out some of the detail that was there without going over the top. Like, it's still dark on the corners to lead our eye towards the middle, and I like that. So this is real nice. What did see if I'm allowed to just peek real quick. What did other people have to say about this one? There we go. Ooh, 1,000. So yep, it's liked, which I don't doesn't surprise me. And this one too, I'm sure. Yeah, almost as many. So I'm sorry to say this, but the done right part, that's killing you, because this saturation right here, those blues, just a little too much for me. You go, oh, it was just like that. Maybe it was, but that's just too much for me. I've had images in nature where I actually have to desaturate because the color was that kapow. I mean, it's true. I know. It's like, well, why would you do that? Just show it how it was. Well, sometimes in digital capture, we need to bump things up because they come in really flat, especially a raw file. In fact, that's almost always the case. But sometimes, super rarely, there's so much pizzazz and color, we got to tone it down a little bit for it to be, quote, done right. So you've never heard that before because no one's ever said it, including myself. But that can happen. So obviously, gorgeous rainbow, crazy awesome storm clouds. Just a little over-edited, so it's just not going to be in the top for me. But, you guys liked it. I don't blame you. This is beautiful. I've seen, unfortunately, that exact same waterfall. If it's in Iceland. If it's not, I'm making this up. But, darn. It's really nice. That's what I'm trying to say is that's really nice, but it doesn't have that extra something that I'd love it to have. That's amazing. Jeez. Wow. Good night, people. I actually like the out of focus foreground. It looks like a shallower depth of field, you know, f4 or f5.6 something. Maybe even shallower. Maybe it's f2.8. We could download the image probably if that's legal and check, but that doesn't matter. I don't care about the tech details. I'm just looking at the image. Cool. I dig it. The color shift is possibly just natural in nature right there. It's possibly some kind of like painted in warmth here and then the natural coolness down here. It's a little odd to me, but once again, that might just be the natural light. It's just a little brownish instead of gold and pure. But it's the same kind of color tones on the backs of the sea turtle, so that may be just what it is, but that's awesome. Yep. That's gorgeous. I've seen a lot of these. There's a couple in this contest. I've looked through all these, by the way, already. I'm just trying to give you my thoughts. It's perfectly done, and that matters in a contest. Does it have the extra something? That's the question. This could be a contender because it's just so beautifully done. There isn't the extra something, which is my word today. Yeah. You know, whether it's that person reaching up into the light, that probably would have put it as at least the People's Choice winner. I think that would have won. Just reaching into the light probably would have won. By the way, another thing to mention is verticals are a little bit higher likelihood in my book to win a contest. If it's being judged like this, now you know. This is how, as a guest judge, we are given the winners. So it's not a light box. And maybe there's some light box button, but this is how it was given to me. So we're seeing the image bigger. So it's either going to show more of an image that's not good or more of an image that's amazing. Either way, I would enter verticals before I would enter horizontals. That's beautiful. It's obviously very similar to this one. It's a little more dynamic in terms of the depth in the shot, right? A little more contrast, a little more kazam. But gosh, that purity with the snow and the frost on the trees, it might even be a hoarfrost. It's pretty awesome. So I'm going to lean towards it over this one, but we'll get there in a second. This one just doesn't do much for me. I get it, but sometimes people turn things to black and white because they weren't that good in color, and I think this is one of those situations because that's just kind of light hitting. I mean, it could happen any time of day. The clouds, we can hardly tell what they're doing, so it's not going to be a winner. That's awesome. A little heavy-handed on the editing for my liking. Very underexposed. I get it. It's very emotional and moody, but that is the kazow with extra little something right there. So, oh, and then nobody liked it at all. It's funny. That's influencing me now. Whoops. Anyway, I like it. I like it a lot. And her looking to the left would not have been my sort of decision. The path's exactly in the middle. I would have had her looking away and into the light. And then we wouldn't even be focused on her face even at all. There'd be no possibility of it. Gosh, I get it. I get how you had the light sort of pointing her in the direction of looking back at the photographer. That works. If this was the composition, her turned like that, I would have turned her hips just a little bit more like her, like left buttocks more towards the camera, if that makes sense. Just a little bit more turned. But then if she's angled that way that much, over this way to the left, then we need to cut the composition and crop here. Not necessarily crop, but move the camera to where it's chopped right here, and then there's that much more space on the left. That would have put the sun way off to the right, which is fine, and then her still in the right third, looking more into the frame. As it is, she's too close to the center, and I can't award it the Captain America award. Okay, you ready for this? We are at the very last... Oh, we went back to the beginning. Perfect. That was the very last one in the batch. And here's what we're going to do. Yeah, just confirming. Okay. So that was the first pass. And like I said, in Lightroom, I would have been doing my 3-star process. But in this case, it was just the kind of, I'm making notes even on the table here of what was capturing my eye. All right. This pass, I'm not going to pay attention to ones like this that did not capture my eye. I'll pay attention to ones like this that I talked a lot about, even though I said they weren't my absolute favorite. And this one, like, I'll talk a little more about it. But I'm really looking for, I'm going to pick my grand prize winner. That's really what I'm looking for by the next round. So I'm just getting another idea, and it's hard to talk while doing this, but I'm trying. This is probably my grand prize winner. I can tell you that already. But I just don't want to jump to conclusions. The power of the color of light is amazing, and I don't think it was overdone. I don't think it was too heavy-handed, which means nature done right. So, yeah, people liked it. Good. I don't want to choose the one with only 200 likes, and you guys are 200 hearts, you know, and you guys are like, oh, that was terrible. Why'd you choose that? So, whew, I'm safe. This one? No. And yeah, this one's in the running. I really love the composition. The lines coming in from all corners, except for this one. You know, you needed one corner that didn't have lines coming in. That one's not going to do it at all. That one doesn't do anything for me, even though I get it. It's technically nice. That one's great too, but not amazing. So I think I know my grand prize winner. That's cool. I don't know how the light turned green. I'm not going to doubt. Maybe it really was. But the lights, I mean, generally it's not green, so that's interesting. I'll come back to that. This one was so nice too. So that one is in the running with this one. So I'm trying to narrow them down. That's 2. A max of 6 total, with a grand prize being one of those. This could be in the running, absolutely. I'm looking at the foreground there. It's interesting. Huh. Nope. Got a lot of northern lights in here, and I don't think something about it. Just I know it was technically hard, but it's not quite razor sharp right on this mountains, and it may just be an upload issue. So I apologize for judging that, but gotta call it like I see it. Yeah, just that I've seen it done better. Even the panoramic of the northern lights, I've seen it done better. So sorry, I'm ruined. And that's beautiful. Nothing wrong with it. Just not as awesome as the pizzazz I saw on the other. This one's in the running. Oh, that's 3 total. Nope. Sure, I'll put that in the running. 4 total. Yep, 5 total. Nope. Yep, 6 total right there. God, I could almost put this one in. I just don't love it. I'm sorry. Not going to make it. With 6, I could almost put this one in, but I'd rather not. It's just too normal. That's 6. Ooh, that one's so nice too. Is that the same photographer? Marek Biegaleski. No, very different. Okay. Anyway, this one's just got the punch and pizzazz. I mean, the sky. Wow. Gosh, it's so nice. So I'm leaning towards that, and you got the ice sheets right here. But that other one, let's compare to it real quick, because we can't have 2 northern lights in the running, can we? Maybe we can. I can do whatever I want. Let's look. That's super awesome too. I love that we're seeing, I guess it's moonlight all down through here. It's quite gorgeous. All right, it's in the running. That's 7, 8. That one too. Nope. Great. And then, yeah, we're going to ditch this one. Like I said, the composition just wasn't nailing it. And you got to nail it. All right, so let's review. Sorry, this is so technically perfect, so beautiful. You're not going to win. 1 possibility. 2 possibility. 3 possibility. 4 possibility. 5 possibility. 6 possibility. 7 possibility. 8 possibility. 9. Great. 9. No, I don't like that. Sorry. So we got 9. 9 possible. So we're going to go right into the last round. Are you ready for this? I'm going to be able to pick the grand prize winner out of those 9, as well as there's 8 that I need to whittle down to 5 at the most, and potentially even just 3 out of those 8 that will be the runners-up. All right, you ready? So strangely, you almost go back to what you do on the first round, which is sort of that gut reaction thing. Gut reaction, I just love this. I love the dark lines, the high contrast, and yet everything points to the middle, and boom, the rays of light just coming out of the blue from the right side of the frame, and they just cover the whole thing. The contest was about light? Yes, light found, light finds. I dig it. That's me, man. All right, so there's our grand prize winner, and then now I've got to go with how many others. I don't know that this is a runner-up, but dang, it's nice. It was in my remaining 8. This is 1. Let's review that. Nope. Yep, that's in my top. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the top. Let's make a note of it here. Just say it's Muhammad's. Or Muhammad. Sorry. Yeah, Muhammad. Mirza. Okay, so that's a definite in the top 5. This is again a possibility, but it's not a definite. Oh, and I didn't even comment on this. It's nice. I've just seen it so much, and nothing differentiates it. So it's beautiful. Obviously beautiful. That one's in the top. I totally love it. Nico Boko. All right. Looking for light. Nice title. Good job. See, this last one we can Can look at the titles. Nope, Spotlight, but it's not on anything. It's just on the road. Sorry, you didn't make it. I love that, but it's almost too perfect. And images that are too perfect, we forget. Like, we don't remember. I don't know that that's going to be in it. And this is amazing. I love that one. Hillary, way to go. Fire on the Water. Good title. Good title. What's our other one there? Yeah, that one's that's a top 5. So this is cool. I haven't done a contest exactly like this. Elena, great. But it's kind of neat because now in this final pass, having said these are my top 9, I'm able to say, you know, what do I just absolutely love? Gosh, it's hard to toss this one out. I mean, it's beautiful. But again, I've seen it so much, and those others were just a little bit more different. I love that, but it's not doing it for me. It's just not doing it for me. I'm sorry. The convergence of lines, pointing to the mountains, I get it. It's nice. But that's fairly amazing as well. This one is, boy, that's a hard one for me to say no to. I love it. Something about this bottom edge. Do you see how there could be a little more showing? And I'd be interested in either, I can't really put my hand on the screen, but here, let's do this. Chopping off the bottom like that. And then, you know, it'd be sort of squared up a little bit, but chopping off the bottom or showing us more in the bottom. And honestly, that's, I need more breathing room right there. Otherwise, it's just kind of uncomfortable. See right here? Just, it doesn't, I don't love it. So that's the kind of thing we do in the final pass, which is if I don't just love it, it doesn't make it. So that's it. I mean, that's really how fast it is. You got to take the feeling out of it, take the thinking forever out of it. This final pass, now that we had it down to 9, you go back to that gut reaction thing. And that's good enough to select your grand prize and your runners-up. So here we go. Runner-up is Enchanted Valley. There's one by Elena. She's one of the 4 runners-up. Who was up next? Yep, Hillary Younger right here. Congratulations. See if people know. People didn't even know how awesome that was. I am so sorry. Well, this light in nature is particularly interesting. The way the sunset light is reflecting right down here, and that's the first thing we see. Our eye goes to the foreground. Then we have this interesting element right here. Just super unique. I don't even know where the location is unless that, yeah, I don't know. Does it say? The water in the sky, deeply incredible. Robert Miller and Charles Chadwick. Wet arse, boot full of water and photographic watery fire. Still doesn't say the location. Interesting. Mysterious. I dig it. Way to go, Hillary. Yeah, I really love it. So no second guesses on that one, that's for sure. And then that's one, yep, pass on by. Nico Belko, Looking for Light. I don't know if that's really your name or what. Let's see if we can get any more information. Not much. Between stratus and light. Okay. Oh, I love it. That's just all I got. Beautiful, beautiful light. That's one of our 4 runners-up. And what was our last amazing runner-up? Where was it? Up here. We considered this strongly. It's not going to make the cut. There aren't enough amazing elements. There's 1, 2, and there's all this space of just stars, all this space in the foreground with a kind of subtle foreground, but not really on purpose. Everything in the scene has to be not only on purpose, but amazing. This is a good example of everything in the foreground, midground, and of course the sky is all awesome, and that green is like, you could just look at it for days. So Mohammed, congratulations. See it. Let's see it larger. Oop, we can't. Okay. Don't know why that is. Anyway, it made it in here. That's what matters. It doesn't even have the heart thingy as an option. But that is our top 4 runners-up. And then let's look again at the grand prize right here by Stephen Emerson, Hedges of Light. Way to go. Ooh, yeah, look at that full screen. Wow. Well, that's a winner. Absolutely. Let's see if did people absolutely love that one. I assume so. You'd be crazy not to. Yeah, over 1,000. So way to go. We've got a grand prize. Let's just see them again. Grand prize right there. Woohoo! All right. And then we have Muhammad. Boom! 1 runner-up. And we've got, boom! Nico Boko. Looking for Light. Another runner-up. And we have Hillary Younger. Fire on the Water. Boom! Another runner-up. And, are you ready? Bam! Elena Pardini. Let's look at location because I'm pretty sure that I know. Goodness, we don't say, do we? Huh. Looking through everybody's comments, too. Huh. Yeah, people dug it though, and you should. It's beautiful, very well edited. Like I said, a lot of attention paid to it, and little funny in the sky. That's why I didn't really come into the grand prize category. Is this kind of area right in here? I just can't quite place what it is. I don't know if it's some of the whites are just a little bit too warm, and they weren't actually that warm. Because, where's the white is basically what I'm saying. I understand, very much so. I get magic hour and everything's warm. I get it. But just somewhere there should still be a white. So I don't know. I'm not really criticizing it. I apologize. I'm still saying it's amazing. But that's just why maybe it wasn't a grand prize winner. But it was a really close and definitely a runner-up. Okay, so congratulations, everyone. Yep, Mohammed, Nukaboko, Hillary, Elena. All right, so there's our top 4. And then once again, our grand prize. Da-da-da-da. Boom, boom, boom. Right there. Awesome job, guys. Awesome job. And thanks for the honor, Viewbug, to do this as a guest judge. I love it. Whew, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I hope you learned a little bit of something. If you are a judge and you go, I'm not confident doing this. I've looked at close to 30, I guess it's 25,000 images now over the last couple of months. That's a lot of images, right? Most people might take a trip for a couple of weeks and shoot 5,000, yeah, or less. So I've looked at a lot of images of other people and commented on them. And that's not a plug. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. That's not the point. The point is, through that service that I've offered, I'm able to see what elements make an image amazing on an objective level. And so this has been very fun. And that's where I got that 3-step process, or 3 rounds, from that 10,000, 5,000 foot view down to the gut reaction, kind of the 1, 2, 3 parts of that first round. The second round being, okay, now that I've limited that to, in this case, it was 9 images, what of those do I really like with a little more thought, a little more poking around? I guess I got it to just over 9, and then I got it down to 9. But then the final round, that third and final round, in Lightroom I would be doing 5 stars, but we're able to say, we're able to say, okay, based on those, which one is the absolute gut reaction immediate best? And it was this one. So it was my grand prize. I just don't have to think about it that hard. And then we looked at title, Hedges of Light, Stephen Emerson, nothing there, disqualified. That was a joke. I don't think you could be disqualified by a title, but it was right. Hedges, yep, of Light. Good, hits the contest. That was neither here nor there. And then we had 8 left, and it was, okay, which of those basically can I toss out, which are not just totally amazing in every way? And we took out 4, and we were left with 4 as runners-up. So congratulations once again. If you're one of these winners, you are amazing. See ya.